The world has changed so dramatically in terms of what we consider food and how its food is available that every decision requires really some education, and that's what the chef and I try to do.
Hey everybody, hope you're enjoying the lovely, sunny, warm weather we're having here in Pittsburgh. It's funny, I grew up in Southern California and the weather was just so boring, unless it was the Santa Ana winds or the 2 days of rain we got in February. It was 75 and sunny every day. Boring. But here in Pittsburgh, no, it's a great topic of conversation. Anyway, today's episode is all about educating our youth and, well, really everybody on what we eat. We're going to hear from Chef Keith Butler and Dietitian Judy Dodd from an organization called Chefs Outreach Association, which is a nonprofit that does more than cooking classes. They focus on mindful eating, food selection, and cultural appropriateness of food and teaching those values to people. Food today, just to put it in perspective, it's a far cry from what we used to eat 50 years ago. And it's more recent than we might realize that the food has changed. So you got industrial agriculture, which has left its mark, not in a good way. We're just starting to grasp the full extent of the impact that it's had on our waterways and our soil. And fast food is an acceptable everyday meal option with portion sizes that are huge. And the statistics are just bonkers. We have gone from consuming 2 pounds of added sugar per person per year back in the 60s to 152 pounds today. It's so much sugar. Back in the 60s, there was not a lot of information on food, nutritional information labels, and now there's just so much. And the food labels are so technical that you need a degree to understand them, with all these sneaky names for sugar and additives that are just hiding in plain sight. The food industry has married the chemical industry to give us vibrant colors and intense flavors and that mouthfeel that everybody talks about, but it's all chemicals. And this just means that we need to be more informed than ever to make smart food choices. But on the other side, we can find recipes and share food information at the click of a button. Grocery delivery and meal kits have made it really easy for busy folks who want to cook at home. Farmers markets are everywhere, helping us to get to know our farmers. And we've seen more gluten-free options for those with gluten sensitivity or intolerance, although the food system, the messed up food system, probably caused the problem in the first place. But there's a lot more organic products and more people are growing their own food. But the elephant in the room remains the processed food in plastic packaging with the additives that we just wouldn't use at home. The truth is, the best fad diet that you can follow is really boring. It's your basic diet of meat, fresh fruits and vegetables, grain, and dairy prepared in your own kitchen. It's like a broken record or a broken CD, or do MP3s break? I mean, it's a phrase we hear over and over again. Just eat real food. And if you need some guidance and practice, stick around for today's episode. We have Chef Keith Butler and Dietitian Judy Dodd from Chefs Outreach Association, a nonprofit that teaches more than cooking, and they focus on mindful eating and food selection and cultural appropriateness. Their main message is, you are what you eat. We are what we eat. They are here to help you navigate this brave new world of food. I hope you enjoy our talk.
Chef Keith Butler. I actually teach over at Bidwell. I've been there for 15 years. Before that, I taught in the Pittsburgh Public School. I taught culinary arts for about 9 years at Westinghouse High School. And so over the last 5 years, Judy and myself, we've had our Chef Outreach Association, where we're going into different businesses, schools. In fact, anyone who listened about the importance you are what you eat. And it's huge for us. Even when we're not speaking with people, we speak to each other all the time about the importance of you are what you eat. And we're looking forward to taking this thing to another level, educating the community, especially kids. We're real biased to kids. We love to working with kids because they are the next generation. And we talk about how often we don't even realize what we're doing because we're setting seeds for generations from 50, 100 years from now. So I don't even really think we realize the ramifications that we're talking about doing. But yeah, so and we're excited to be here today talking to you, and it's a perfect match.
Excellent. Judy, can you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I've got a long introduction, unfortunately. I'm a registered dietitian. I started out at Carnegie Mellon, Carnegie Institute of Technology those years ago in food. I mean, I was in food and nutrition and never expected to go further into nutrition. My first work, I went into a dietetic internship at Shadyside Hospital, stayed on there as a dietitian in food service. And somewhere down along the line, I found myself really getting much more into the education part of it. I worked at Kaufman's department store. I opened up one of their restaurants, and they had this stupid rule that said when you got 5 months pregnant, you had to quit. I quit. From that point on, I was working from home. I started writing for the newspaper. I started doing some outreach kinds of things because I had 2 small children at that point. And I got recognized and got a food and nutrition grant with the USDA. So I worked for the government doing nutrition education in the schools. That was totally different for me because I had been in food service.
Right.
That had been my direction. I got into nutrition education in the schools, and that's where led me to the next step, which was to get my master's degree at Pitt. I was working also in the community and ended up working with the WIC program. I helped to open the WIC program for Allegheny County. I mean, I'm old enough to have too much of a history. I was the nutritionist for them. I went on from there to be recognized in the community, ended up as the first dietitian at Giant Eagle, so I
Yes.
worked in that particular area. I continued with my master's degree at Pitt and ended up teaching, and I was at Pitt as a professor for 31 years. But at the same time, I did community outreach. I did some TV food demos.
Yes.
And I was very active in the American Dietetic Association, now known as the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. I became the president of a national organization, something that in my lifetime, I am an introvert. Never in my lifetime would I have gone that route. That's how I got with the chef.
Yes.
I was in the community. I took on anything I could so that I would get days off, so that I could be with my children. And as a result, I ended up being able to be recognized as a nutrition educator. So, food, nutrition, put it together. I've really done it all, and I've been lucky enough to be retired, but semi-retired. And now...
They pulled you back in.
Well,
out,
the chef
whatever it is.
hit me at the right time because I was just retiring from Pitt, and I had decided it was time to give back to the community my expertise. And I moved into donating my time, and that's what I've done for the last 5 years.
Yes.
I do senior centers, I do community groups, I work with the chef. If a group calls me and wants me to do a program, I will. But what I'm talking about is not nutrition. It's about eating for health that fits your need.
Yes.
There is no one pattern. So yes, I could work with you if you're a vegetarian, but on the other hand, if you really want a steak, I'll tell you how much and how often.
That's right. That's right.
I have an approach of all foods fit in moderation, but I also realize that as a registered dietitian, I don't know your background. So if you need specifics, yeah, I can help you with your diabetes, I can help you with your cardiac problems, I can help you with your allergies. But you need to talk to somebody that can link you up with your doctor, your nurses, your dietitian, and your physical therapist, because I don't try to do that. I do education.
That's right.
So that's me. The chef works at Bedwell, okay? But he and I are both trying to get young people involved in preparing food. And it doesn't mean you all have to be a chef. I mean, I'm not a chef, all right? Just learning to cook, learning to buy food,
Yes.
learning to give help to other people who need food. And that's another part of what we do.
Absolutely.
It's not
Absolutely.
talking about recipes. It's talking about the role you can have if you know food, if you love food, and if you share that love with other people. Chef will tell you I don't give nutrition guidance. I give overall information on food, how to select it, how to prepare it, and the other part of it, and we haven't brought it up, food safety.
Very important.
Very important. A good example. Whenever I was young, I remember my grandmother would cook the turkey and it would sit out all day covered with a towel in the back, and I ate it, and I'm still here to tell you about it.
No problem.
I couldn't do that today because my microbiome, my gut is different. And the turkeys is too. You've got to go back to the fact, live in the moment, and look at where you are now. And yes, the past is important, but what's important is where you are now in terms of your health, in terms of your medications,
Yes.
and in terms of what you have available.
That's right. And I think another thing that we do is, when we go out into the community, we try and give food that people are comfortable using, so they don't have to go and spend a lot of money. So things that they might already have, we try and give them recipes that they can use them in a healthier option. Give them different options and so
With
forth.
less ingredients.
With less ingredients.
Some people might have heard the term culturally appropriate. That's what it means. It
Yeah.
simply means giving people what they're familiar with.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah,
right.
100%.
And the food box that comes, that people don't know what to do with that zucchini. We've seen the zucchinis sitting on the street. That's the kind of thing that the chef and I
That's right. That's
are
right.
trying to be there.
We're not only co-partners on this thing, but we're actually friends too, which is really important.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so blessed to have her as a friend, and I tell her this every time we're together. It's a true blessing to have her as a friend. We're doing God's work.
Yep.
We got a million stories, but we're doing God's work. Trust me, God, He leads us to us every single time. This is what we're supposed to be doing. This is our calling. Some people do other things, but we're here on earth to talk about food and nutrition and so forth and so on. In 10th grade, my uncle was Bob McCall, a famous soul food chef. So I needed a job, and he said, come work with me.
Where was that?
Bob McCall's restaurant, Soul Food Doctor in Oakland, the biggest soul food chef in town. And I always tell stories when Michael Jackson would come in, Stevie Wonder would come in, they would always see him. So that's how I got started.
You were rubbing elbows.
All the time. And I didn't even realize what I was, the ramifications, but a few things. So I remember him always giving back to the community, always helping people, and doggone it, that's me 100% today. Every time I do something, I think about him. I think about all the times he helped people. I try and emulate everything he taught me. It's always in the back of my brain. But Bob, like I said, was a soul food king. And back then, we didn't probably eat the healthiest ways. I always tell the story, he made a chitlin pizza. A chitlin pizza, and we would eat chitlin pizzas, and we would eat ham hocks and pig feet and all that kind of stuff like that. We didn't really pay attention as much as we should have to the nutritional part of food. And what I'm trying to do now is we can eat those things, but we have to eat them in moderation and to make those things a little bit more healthier for folks. I'm on 100 Black Men, and we've been doing a war on diabetes for Black men, and there's about 12 of us. And over the last year, we lost over 300 pounds. Our A1Cs have gone down. So we're just trying to have more mindful in the community about you are what you eat and exercise. And we hold each other accountable, too, which is pretty cool. So we were on the phone and, hey, what did you eat? What did you exercise? Guys are walking and logging it and sharing it with other guys. And so that encouragement is huge. We're in a few other groups, too. We do the Liver Alliance. We also do the Flourishing Communities, and we're involved in a lot of stuff, and we're looking to get involved even more stuff because this what we're talking about is huge, and we want to make an impact for the next generation.
Where'd you grow up?
I grew up in Ben Ave in Pittsburgh, and I got interested in food because my mother was a foodie, which was very interesting because my mom never even graduated from high school, okay? But I still have some books that she had on her bookshelf that were nutrition books of all things in the world. I was just looking at one of them the other day.
That's cool.
And frankly, as a registered dietitian, I would probably say these people were idiots. But on the other hand, my mom was really into health smart eating. And the other part of it, and the part of it that makes me different, I grew up in the city of Pittsburgh. My parents had businesses in Pittsburgh. So I would pick up my sister at school, and we would take the streetcar, and then she and I would go out to eat. There I was at 7, 8 years old taking my sister out to eat. I wouldn't allow my granddaughter to do it now, kind of thing.
It's a different world.
But I ate in different restaurants. So I was brought up in a home that cared about nutrition, but that also a variety of cultures, a variety of foods. That's how I got interested in food. I went to Carnegie Mellon University, because it was food nutrition, and I thought I was going to be working in a kitchen as a hospital dietitian. The only reason I changed is because my advisor said, Judy, you need to become a dietitian. You need to go beyond talking about food and marry that nutrition with food. And she advised me, and I paid attention. I went over and became a dietetic intern at Shadyside Hospital at that time. I would not have done that. I probably would have been working with Keith in his kitchen up to then. And that changed entirely who I was, what I was, because then I paid more attention to the marriage of food with nutrition, not just how to prepare it, not just how to shop for it, not just how to store it, but why and how.
It was during COVID. I was teaching an online class. We went online, and I said, man, I know not about dietitian, but I could use some extra help. So I just started scrolling down different names, and bam.
Where were you scrolling? What was
I was online. I was just online, registered dietitians in the area.
Okay.
And by the chance of God, I came across her name. I called. I said, Judy, I was wondering if I'm teaching an online class, and I do know nutrition very well, but I know you're an expert. I was wondering if you could come and help sit in at Bidwell. And she said, yeah. And she said she sat in some online classes. And we've been friends ever since.
And part of the reason might have been because I had worked with Bidwell through my father, who was very much a supporter of Bidwell's. My father was a musician. And at that point, my father was very much involved going to Bidwell on a regular basis for jazz concerts.
Yeah, so like I said, I do teach at Bidwell, but our nonprofit Chef Outreach Association. This is our own nonprofit that I started. We go into schools, we go into senior centers, businesses. We're looking to do even bigger things in the future, and I think this is a potential to really change the game as far as educating the community. The sky's the limit for what we're trying to do, and this is a nonprofit. We're just out here trying to help
That's the important part of it too. We are a nonprofit, and even though there's maybe a charge, it's to pay for our equipment, not to pay for our expertise. Our expertise is all provided free.
So we're trying to get some grants and things like that.
Yeah.
But someone told me something. This has nothing to do with food. They said, you want to help the world, but without money, you're not doing anything.
That's right.
And that's the truth. So we do need funding. We do need some grants and things like that to be able to go out and to spread the word of how important it is. I actually work with a violent prevention program. Even eating healthy curbs violence.
Yes.
It curbs violence.
Right.
Chef, I'm going to go back a little bit here.
Certainly,
you kind
absolutely.
of skipped over. You were talking about your past influence about culinary. What was your aha moment? What made you shift to be like, oh, hang on?
To be completely honest with you, it was when I got diabetes.
That's it.
And when I first got diabetes, I was like, okay, I got diabetes. I'm just going to do the same thing. But doing the same thing equals the same results, and that was not good. So my A1Cs were out of control. I wasn't feeling well. And even though I was a chef at the time, I kind of bypassed the importance of eating healthy. So I realized that I needed to eat healthy in order to be around a little bit longer to do all these great things. So I started really focusing on being more mindful of what I put in my body
and exercising.
So I've actually lost about 25 pounds over the last year and a half or so, and I feel great. That's where I'm at, and I'm looking to spread the word how important it is. So we identify anyone. We love kids, but we identify anyone who wants to pursue this, being a dietitian or being a chef. We kind of monitor them. We walk them through if they have any questions about process, about being those things and what we do and things like that. We kind of got them to where they need to go.
How do people find you?
So they could go to our website and find us.
That's it.
Our website, or Chef Outreach Association
So
website.
if what age group?
Any group.
Any group.
Okay, so you got an 8-year-old who's going to find your website and call you up and say, hey, I want to be a chef, and you both will mentor.
We'll walk them
He
through.
will.
Yep, I'll
He's
walk
the
them
chef
through.
mentor.
Well, and then someone says they want to be a dietitian, and
Absolutely.
then Judy's up.
Absolutely.
Okay, gotcha.
Absolutely. And what we found out when we go out into the community, there's always one or two that
Yeah.
stand up and
That's
just
right.
love to do it.
And we bring them up to the table and let them help us. Put an apron on
and
them.
you can see it in their face. It's the craziest thing. You can just see the joy of them cooking, learning in their face.
That's right.
It's an amazing thing, and I wouldn't trade it for anything. But one of the other things I wanted to mention too, so I'm a chef, she's a dietitian. We do have a medical student also who talks about medical issues with food. So we hit them with the chef perspective, the dietitian perspective, and also the medical perspective. So we hit students in all different. We hit whoever listens on all different ways, which is huge. We're not just there to cook, to eat. We're there for you to learn why, how, and how to make it better and better for yourself, and also the next generation, your families, and so forth. So that's really important to me. And I always tell when we do presentations, we're here to cook and have fun,
Yeah.
but it's a lot more than that. We're here to also teach you why, how, the dietitian aspect, the medical aspect.
And a lot of what the chef is teaching them is how to safely cut things.
Yes.
How to store things. We aren't just talking about making a recipe.
That's right.
He's showing them how to use a knife.
Right.
He's talking about when to put that knife down and how to clean it.
That's right.
We've become a nation of people that don't know how to cook, is what
Yep.
we've become.
Well, everybody's in a
talking-
hurry.
If somebody calls a chef and we make an arrangement to come out, I usually do a handout for them
Okay.
for whatever the recipe is that we're going to do. And that handout, I try to put some nutrition that's relevant to whoever that group is.
That's right.
So that's my role with him. He says we're going to make this, and I say, okay, let's talk about the safety of it, what nutrition there is, how to handle it, kind of thing.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Absolutely.
Where do you guys teach?
Anywhere.
We'll go wherever anybody will listen. We're actually working with the Housing Authority right now.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a Prospect Terrace out in East Pittsburgh. We're excited about that opportunity, and we're excited to teach the residents of Prospect Terrace through the Housing Authority about healthy eating, healthy cooking. They want us to go to several other housing complexes and do that. We also work with the Homeless Children's Fund, where we're going to be doing some project with them. We're really excited about that, and we've done several classes with some of the facilities that they run too. Various schools, after-school programs. It's been a lot.
So if you're a school district, or if you're someone looking to do some educational programming
Absolutely.
for your
Absolutely.
group, that would be a good client
Absolutely.
for you guys, or someone to call.
Well, in churches, we've gone
Churches.
to churches that have
Okay,
senior
yeah.
citizen groups, and we'll go in and talk to them about whatever it is, and usually it's about diabetes or about heart disease, and a recipe that they can then do. Sometimes it's taking the food that they're serving and talking to them about that end of it too.
That's clever, yeah.
Right. And like I mentioned before, we're actually partnered with the Community Liver Alliance too.
Oh, yeah.
About liver disease, and that's huge too. So we're folks that are diagnosed with liver cancer and so forth. We've been doing recipes and talking to them. We've got several videos and things out there with them, and we're looking to do some more things with them coming up in the future too.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so there's a lot going on, but a lot of good stuff. We're actually going to be at the farmers market
in certain areas.
In certain areas.
Which ones?
East Liberty.
East Liberty. There's one in Carrick. I believe there's one in Mount Oliver. We've been in contact with the city to do some demonstrations at different farmers markets.
Depending on what they have that day.
That's right. We're looking forward to going out and doing those things, and hopefully attracting the next chefs and dietitians when we're doing that. Somebody will see us doing that, and hopefully getting someone interested in doing what we're doing.
And you get some mentees.
Yeah, to pass the torch. Pass the torch on.
Nice.
Yeah.
We also work with an after-school program, and that's a big deal. The kids come to this place after school, and they are given a snack, but the caregivers then come pick them up. And what we do is talk to the kids, but then talk to the caregivers too about, again, health smart eating, how to use the foods they have available. You know, it's hard for us to say what we're going to say because they ask us, and we make it up as we go.
And unbelievable questions. 5, 6 years old.
Based on your many combined years of expertise, you make it up as you go.
Exactly right.
Sorry, Keith.
Exactly, we do.
5 and 6 year olds asking us questions that adults wouldn't even ask us.
Exactly.
And we're like, whoa. There was one young lady, she was talking about My Plate. She says, I know what My Plate is. And we were like, oh, what is it? She raised her hand and was going on. She talked about a minute or two about My Plate. And we just looked at each other. We were like, whoa. 5 years old.
And she ended up coming up and helping us.
She did. She did.
And that was a program where we had 3 tables.
Yes.
And at each table, we prepared something different.
Yes.
So the kids got to make a smoothie at one table.
Yes.
They got to do, at my table, it was simply combining peanut butter with applesauce and dipping celery in it.
Yes,
I mean,
yes.
you know, that simple thing.
Yeah.
And I would also then talk about the fact if you're allergic to peanuts, these are the other opportunities, because we'd have people that were allergic to peanuts. The third table looked at...
Yes, so we squeezed some orange juice. I got a case of oranges.
Oh, yeah.
And they were actually able to squeeze their own.
They had squeezed their own. They'd never seen that.
It was like, whoa. And we talked about how delicious that process is. You know, they loved it. They absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I do love
But we
it.
also then talk about why they need to wear gloves.
That's right.
Why they need to wear an apron.
Wash your hands.
Wash your hands before and after. So we're incorporating the whole safety angle with it. And that's the same thing with food. When we have food, the chef gives what's there, but we only give it to people that can get home within 2 hours.
That's right.
So that they're not taking a bus and sitting in traffic for 9 hours or whatever.
Right.
So we try to incorporate usable facts that aren't too hard. And, you know, we aren't trying to teach technique. We're just trying to incorporate little things that they remember. Something like it's okay if you don't want to eat the skin of the apple, but if you're going to eat the apple, take the time to chew it, or blend it, which is, you know, make a smoothie out of it, because whatever comes in your mouth comes out the same way if you're not chewing, and it can be painful.
Good to know.
Well, we try to be practical.
The importance of you are what you eat, we cannot stress that enough. And as Judy has said, all foods fit in moderation, but just being a little bit mindful of what you put in your body. Try and eat fresh foods. Try and cook for yourself more. What we didn't mention was it's not only just about food and nutrition, it's about bringing families together, talking, having fun, seeing how someone's day is, putting down your phone. We got to get back to more of that and just being more people talking. How was your day? What did you learn? All these things like that. So cooking is a vehicle to do that, and we feel that is so important. And we would like to see people get in the kitchen with their kids and just start cooking and talking and learning and having fun like we did 30, 40 years ago.
Exactly. And March is National Nutrition Month. I told you I was the president of the Academy of Nutrition and Dietetics. Our theme is Food Connects Us this year. So I will be writing a lot on exactly what the chef said. Sitting down together, enjoying a meal, enjoying a snack, talking, even a cup of coffee, a glass of juice is connecting you. And the other thing is, we believe in the idea of the Mediterranean diet kind of thing, where you put down your fork, you put down your cup. It's not a matter of eating pasta. It's a matter of connecting around food. So my meals used to be 2 hours. Nowadays, people 5 minutes, 10 minutes, they're eating as they drive down the road. That's all wrong. And Food Connects Us is the theme that we're going to be working on in March.
Where can people find you?
There's a website, and it's user-friendly. There's recipes. They can contact us. They can see what we're doing. Chefs Outreach Association will come up on we have a website.
Okay.
It's the chef's organization. I just am there to help them out.
Yes, and there's another partner too, Chef Victor Schmidt.
Yeah.
He's our vice president, and he does a lot of great things with us too. So Chef Outreach Association. Hopefully ask questions and get involved in network and partner what we're trying to do.
Cool. Well, Judy Dodd, Chef Keith Butler, thank you so much for being on my podcast.
It was a pleasure.
Thank you.
Everyone knows that food is cool. No secret. Eat that food with a bowl and spoon. Take that spoon. Everyone knows that food is cool. No secret. Eat that food with a bowl and spoon. Take that spoon.
With Bowl and Spoon is written, produced and hosted by Shelley Danko Day. Original theme song was written and performed by Paul LeBreeze and friends. You can listen to With Bowl and Spoon wherever you get your podcasts. Don't forget to subscribe, like, review and share. Follow us and send us questions or messages on Facebook and Instagram at With Bowl and Spoon. Thanks for listening.
And spoon. Whoa. And spoon.
I've had diabetes for 30 years, so this is new. But I exercise every day, I eat good, busier than ever. My daughter says, Dad, sit down somewhere, relax, you're doing too much. I said, no, I'm just getting started.
Right.
I'm just getting started.
Yep.
I got a million other things I like to do. When my time is up, it's up, but I got a million other things I like to do.